just probably, it all adjusted. There really aren't questions on the screen. Feel free to write them in. There are no questions on the screen. You guys don't have anything for me? No. I can't really see hand raising either. I assume you can hear me because my phone tells me I can hear me. Since it said Lee, no questions. You guys are easy. Anything else? It's a Q&A session. Thank you, Josh. Ask me something technical, Josh, that I can fix. Please feel free to write in your questions. My internet is limited, but I can talk. No? There we go. Thank you, Josh. We monsters aren't the only folks contacting distressed. Do you know the approaches of our competition? Yeah, I do. It's a good question. And will Manny win? You know, it's funny. At a 5-to-1 underdog, I like Jesse Vargas a lot in the underdog role. He has recently found knockout power, and here's the problem: if Manny stays on his feet, he's going to win, so that he gets rematch with Floyd Mayweather. I mean, that's reality. I got a press conference today. I'm more interested to see if anybody's going to call him out as being the senator for a lunatic of a president in the Philippines. All right. We aren't the only folks. You're right. Do you know of any other approaches to the competition? Number one method of your competition is mailers, right? Usually they are what you really got to look for and what most of your people have received, right? The number one thing that you will see is that they've received mailed offers from LLCs or groups that are on, you know, like Wall Street conglomerates or not-for-profit or non-profits that buy distressed properties and promise to rent back if they meet ridiculous criteria and ridiculous cash back on close. Those are the most common. Second most common are the lawyers offering to do foreclosure prevention. Basically what they do to keep it legal when they're doing mailers is to file a bankruptcy on the homeowner immediately and start staving off or getting them into a cram down situation, but we all know that that's the basics. I don't know of anybody doing call center stuff. I don't know of anybody reading call center scripts, and I don't know of anybody really successfully or coaching or pushing door knocking in any way, shape, or form. So really the only thing that's out there for distressed properties is mailers, and they're usually coming from these private firms. And they're usually based on a we're interested in buying and renting back to you proposition. That's what I've seen. That's what I've had to overcome, especially in North County, San Diego, where I start getting involved with properties that have large lots that can be redeveloped. This is, again, why I think you should put up your own monster labels and make notes on the property. I really can't stress this. I mean, I realize that I look at every property like an investor or a developer. But as a realtor, and you're aware of this, Josh, I personally, right now, if I were Lee the realtor, which I've debated, I have. I think my life would be a lot easier if I just focused on marketing and getting listings for myself, right? But stretching myself thin between my multiple lives something sort of has to give. I would prefer to just do coaching calls for you guys and then spend the rest of my time giving a listing every week. That's it. I'm going to start doing that the next couple of weeks because I'm going to have a dedicated door person. That's huge. Okay. So I'm more than happy to share with you the setup that I want to run and how I would quarterback it. But I have a team. I have 3 people. I enjoy doing marketing. I enjoy the psychology of marketing. I like the technology of marketing. I like knowing how to funnel and redirect, and I try to express that and share it with all of you. Okay. I have someone who can do paperwork who is a realtor. Okay. Diana is quite competent at handling the paperwork, even remotely. Between her and David, the paperwork seems to be completely handled, right? And then I'm going to have Diana's brother, who all of you have heard about on this coaching call, who as a wildland forest fighter up in Visalia, got a listing, closed a listing. Got it, went and met with him. Wasn't that hard. Met with him as an advocate, set the whole deal up. Flipped it off to David. Just that simple. So if you're asking me how I run my dedicated structure, you need a person who's competent in marketing. I'll explain it on 1 level and I'll explain it on the 3 level. It's a good question, John. It turned into a good question, right? So I answered your competition question, which segued into Richard's question, which is share all of your information, dedicated person. So I will. From a team standpoint, you need a person who is extraordinarily competent at marketing and dedicated to it, right? You've got to be putting out content every day, which Josh does, and some of you actually do. I keep track. What does content mean? What is something, let's start from the very beginning. When a homeowner looks you up, what are they going to see? Simple as that, right? What are you posting stories about? What's on your Facebook timeline? Number 1 place they're going to look at you is on your Facebook. And people use Facebook so incorrectly, it's almost staggering to my pea brain. I currently have 5,000 friends and about another couple of thousand people following me, okay? But the actual number of people that I look at in my actual feed is a couple of hundred people, which include news organizations. I use my Facebook as a feed to give me news and update about my friends and family. That's what I use it for. Everybody else, I don't know. But I'm in the business of real estate agents. So I need to feed into my Facebook, and Josh, Richard, most of you have seen this, right? What's on there? Webinars, links to podcasts, relevant stories, but you can't constantly do that. So there is a formula to Facebook, right? They'll tell you that it's 1 quote, 1 blog, 1 link, which I personally think is crap. Okay? There's no formula to Facebook, especially not in our line of work. My formula is close, but is close to, it's kind of close to that. I don't do any quotes, but I certainly add just enough personal information so that I'm humanized on some level. I also believe that you need, that's why I created clearhelp.org. Like, if you're not using Twitter or Facebook, generally you guys don't have websites, and I don't expect you to, but you don't have any data to point back at the fact that you're a real estate advocate or even a realtor that's designed to help people, right? I have worked meticulously on my current website to create stories of interest for both agents and non-agents alike. I have specifically targeted marketing on my website, or I should say content, that is focused on, primarily on the distressed market. That's my niche. When I work with homeowners, that's my niche. At the end of the day, a homeowner is going to wind up on Honish.com. That's the truth. My new website, which is currently under construction, will have a homeowner tab. It will. It will go specifically to a page it will provide them with specific information. There will be a link. It's who I am. It's what I've created because I want to go after listings. I mean, that's kind of just the reality of that situation. Now, I need someone who's dedicated to go and meet with people who have people skills. I'm assuming most of you have that, and most of you have got listings in your lifetime, and you realize that there has to be some ability to connect with homeowners and create a relationship with them. You have to. You cannot walk up to the door and do life is life. Here's the problem with my approach at the front door as compared to somebody who's actually caring. And that's the difference. I don't care. I can't. You guys have all taken Tony Robbins stuff, right? You guys understand this. It's congruency. Why would you read scripts or say things at the front door that are non-congruent to you? I think that's kind of a simple reality of that situation. So when I break it down on that level, I wanted to, I discovered that creating a relationship at the front door, being an advocate, being somebody who can help homeowners is vastly more effective than going to the door and being an asshole. And that's what I do, right? I am somebody who goes to the front door specifically to be a jerk banker because that's congruent to me. It does get me deals. I don't like the number of deals that it gets me. And that's the truth. By the way, Jim, Diana's available right now if you want to text her, 213-706-0040. Feel free to book me on. I'm free on Monday. And you can have me all to yourself for 5 straight hours. I will show you how to set it up well. So if you're going to set up a dedicated team, right, Richard, who's doing your marketing? I mean, getting somebody at my level, I'm extraordinarily expensive. What I've discovered on Upwork, of hiring someone to do your actual technology of marketing, somebody who really has one sole purpose of generating leads or running call centers that will run scripts to follow up or doing texting or adding content. And I mean daily, right? I mean, it would blow all of your minds to understand this. I don't spend 8 hours in front of the computer doing my marketing. I don't. Not for Lee Honish Coach, not for Lee Honish Get Deal listing, right? I'm in a comfortable spot where it takes me about an hour. It doesn't take long for me to pull data. It doesn't take long for me to go and drive and drop off tags. But it's got to be somebody who's versed in all these different forms of marketing, who can generate leads. That's what I'm good at. I'm good at generating leads. I'm good at generating face-to-face appointments. I have a system in place. The system works, both from a technological standpoint online as well as a physical aspect of direct marketing, to go back to the question that Josh brought up. If I thought that there was a value in cold calling or mailers beyond basic follow-up, here's my issue. Door knocking, cold calling, and mailers. Let's just go with the most unbelievable number there is, that 50% of that marketing that you do gets looked at, just 50%. And that's really based on mail. 50% of mail gets opened, okay? You're not going to get a 50% rate at the front door. You're not going to get a 50% rate on cold calls. You're just not. But I'm going to be nice and just go with a straight 50%. What makes the monster unique is that I'm targeting, period, right? I've got a 100% open rate. They see the tag. And that's what jumps me up to the 20% response rate into the call center. Yeah, I agree. They're not all going to call for an appointment, but some will. What I am fascinated constantly with everybody who uses the monster, you think that by putting out 100 tags, you should have 100 appointments. Sometimes it happens, but here's the truth. Okay, to do those crazy, I tagged 100 properties and I didn't get a response. You